So Grok-2 is officially here, but guys, is Elon Musk's updated large language model worth the hype? And in this quick video, I'm going to be going over the most important details that you need to know about Grok-2, how it compares to other large language models out there, and I'm also going to show you how you can access Grok-2 right now. So be sure to watch the entire video so you don't miss out. Now, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you being here. My name is Ryan with AI Insider Tips, and my goal here is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. So be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, comment below if you haven't already, and now let's get back to Grok-2. So diving back in, I am on the official website of xAI, and I'll leave a link to this and everything else that I mentioned in the video description below. And there's a lot of details in here all about Grok-2, and I'm not going to get into all of this. You guys can do that on your own time. The important thing I want to mention first is that this release does include two new models, Grok-2 and Grok-2 Mini. So the first thing I thought of is maybe it's like a GPT-4o Mini, because GPT-4o Mini just came out. It's like a cheaper and faster version of GPT-4o. So if we go over to the X platform and click on Grok here, the first thing I notice is that I don't have access to the official Grok-2 models yet. It's still in beta mode. So the only one I have access to right now is Grok-2 Mini that's currently in beta mode. And speaking of the X platform, in order to access Grok-2, you must be a member of X Premium or X Premium Plus. So if I come down here, click Upgrade to Premium Plus, it looks like it starts, so this is annually, it looks like it starts at $8 a month in order to access Grok. So unless you want to get the Premium Plus, this comes fully ad-free and you can write articles. This is $16 a month, but you must pay at least $8 a month in order to access Grok. And you do get all the other features that come along with X Premium as well. So I want to make note of that. So I did actually resubscribe for you guys in order to make this video and get access to Grok-2 to see what it's all about. So if I come back over here, there's more things to go over. But the next thing I want to go over are these benchmarks. Now we see this same table on every single AI website, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google Gemini, right? They all do these benchmarks compared to the other models and try to basically tell me that their model is better than the current ones out there. But if we look at Grok-2 Mini and Grok-2, which aren't released to the public yet, by the way, it looks like, on all these benchmarks, they're outperforming GPT-4o Turbo, Claude 3 Opus, Gemini Pro 1.5, Llama 3. They're not outperforming Claude 3.5 Sonnet. If you'll notice here, we see some higher percentages across the board compared to the Grok-2 models. And that actually doesn't surprise me because I truly believe that Claude 3.5 Sonnet is the best AI model available right now. GPT-4o is still a very good model. So what they're saying, and Elon Musk and xAI is claiming that Grok-2 in a lot of these different categories is either neck and neck or beating GPT-4o in some of these categories. Now, there's no way for us to go in here and know exactly what they're testing and what the criteria is. So always take this benchmark data with a grain of salt. I always like to come over to Hugging Face's Chatbot Arena leaderboard. I know Grok-2 just came out and it's not open to the public yet, but there is no mention here of a Grok model. Now, to be honest, Grok 1.5 and 1 was terrible in my opinion. It was so bad I didn't think it was worth paying for it, so I unsubscribed immediately. But anyways, I'm not seeing a Grok-2 model out, probably because it's not released to the public. So always keep this benchmark data with a grain of salt. Now, the other thing that I think is worth noting here is that you now have the ability to generate images inside Grok-2. And they've actually partnered with Black Forest Labs, and I just did a video about the Flux One AI image model, generative AI image model, and that's what they're going to be using inside Grok is this Flux One AI image generation. So here are some examples that I had pulled up. This was generated from Grok-2 using Flux One behind the scenes. Very realistic. Here's another one with Elon Musk. It looks like that's from the movie 300. So Elon Musk's face is a gladiator right here. We have an example here of Grok-2. So that's a pretty realistic image. That's a comparison right there to Google Gemini. And then they had another one here that looks like Kamala Harris. That one's okay. Not too realistic in my opinion. But this one is where it gets really interesting. This is an image generated from Grok-2 of Trump riding on a SpaceX rocket. And what's interesting about this is that Grok-2 using Flux 1 can generate images that it looks like are more political and uncensored versus trying to do this inside a ChatGPT or a Claude. Well, Claude can't generate images, but ChatGPT or a Google Gemini. You'll see here in this example, it said, I wasn't able to generate the image because it didn't comply with our content policy. So it looks like from the surface level here that it's going to be a little more uncensored when it comes to AI image generation. All right, so let's test the image generation capabilities right now. So I'm going to go back into Grok, and I'm just going to prompt it with something simple here. Generate an image of Elon Musk riding a rocket. And let's see what this comes up with. All right, so here's the image that Grok-2 came up with. This doesn't really look like Elon Musk, just looking at it from here. But the image does look fairly realistic. I mean, a lot of attention to detail. Let's try one more. Let's say generate a realistic image of Elon Musk. Actually, let's do headshot. I want to see what it does for a headshot. Generate a realistic headshot of Elon Musk. So let's see what this comes up with. All right, and here's what it came up with. So again, not terrible. And if you don't have access to Grok-2, if you're not a member of X Premium for $7 a month or $8 a month, I believe it was, you can actually still access this Flux 1 AI image generation model for free on Hugging Face. I'll leave a link to this in the video that I did to cover this in the description below. But you can come in here and do the same thing, right? You can do generate an image of Elon Musk riding a rocket. And if you click run, you can get a similar image inside this interface with Hugging Face. So obviously the quality isn't as good inside of Hugging Face with Flux 1 as I got with Grok. If I go back to my creation here, as I did with Grok, doing the same exact prompt, generating images with Flux 1. I see a similar situation with DALL-E 3. The image quality isn't as good inside the Copilot Designer versus what you get inside ChatGPT Plus, but it's still DALL-E 3. But I digress. So it's the same situation here with Flux 1 inside Grok-2 versus the free version in Hugging Face. But that's just a really quick way on how you can access Flux 1 if you don't want to pay for Grok-2. So to wrap this all up here, I'm back on XAI's website under their What's Next category, and they said they're still being rolled out on X. So yes, I still have the beta version of Grok-2 Mini. There's no word on when it's going to be officially released, and I'm going to get access to those models. But here it says, soon we will release a preview of multimodal understanding as a core part of the Grok experience on X and API. So yes, this is a big upgrade knowing that Grok-2 can now generate images. It's probably going to have other capabilities as well as the official version is released. But in my opinion, just looking at this beta version right now, if I go back to the home screen here, you are still better off using Claude 3.5 Sonnet for free. You can use GPT 4o for free, Mistral, Gemini. Those are still better models right now, in my opinion, than Grok-2 Mini, especially on the beta version. I wouldn't recommend paying $8 a month for Grok-2 Mini in beta mode when you can get Claude 3.5 Sonnet and GPT 4o for free. That's just my 2 cents. When the official versions roll out, I'll give you an updated opinion on that. But with that being said, guys, that's all I have for you on Grok-2. I appreciate you watching. If you've made it this far, be sure to subscribe to my channel at AI Insider Tips if you haven't already. Like this video. Guys, leave me a comment below. What are your thoughts on Grok-2? Have you tested it yet? Are you a premium subscriber? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. But that's it, guys. I hope you all have a great day.